So, Paul in Michigan, thanks for waiting. You are on with Matt and Mandisa. You have questions about truth and moral absolutes?
Yes. I've called before and talked to you before. And so I was just curious from your perspective, why truth matters. From an atheist perspective, why truth matters. And
I answered literally this question 2 weeks. I answered literally this question 2 weeks ago when I was on. Truth matters because if you're going to cross the street, it matters whether or not a bus is coming at you. The truth matters.
Okay. No, well, I'm talking about in the long run. If we're only so much compost, why does the truth matter?
No. You don't get to go because because life eventually ends, it was worthless. You don't get to pull that bullshit. Life is its own reward. The fact that let me finish, or I will hang up on your ass.
No.
Let me finish or I will hang up on your ass. Understood?
What was that?
Let me finish.
He said he's going to hang up on you if you don't let him finish.
Do you understand?
Okay. Yes.
Life is its own reward. The fact that it ends doesn't mean it was worthless. The fact that eventually my truck sitting out in my driveway will rot away in some truck graveyard and then eventually become nothing doesn't mean that it doesn't have value now. And the truth about its value now is about how effective it is at what it's doing right now. The fact that I'm going to poop out the sandwich I ate doesn't mean the sandwich was of no value. The fact that I'm eventually going to have to eat again tomorrow doesn't mean the meals that I had today were of no value. It is a cheat to say, well, in the end, nothing's going to matter, which means it doesn't matter now. That is simply not true. By the way, theists, Christians, are the ones who think this life doesn't matter. This life is like dirty rags. This is the place where you wipe your feet before you go on to the real life. So it is the atheist model. This is the one and only life that we know is going to matter. And the fact that it ends adds to its value. It doesn't diminish from it. Now you can continue.
Yes. Well, that's my question. Why? I understand, and that's not my view that this life doesn't matter. This actually, that's not all Christian stance. That this
that's
life.
What the Bible says.
I agree.
Paul, if I may ask you a question,
but
if you were, let's put this in a real world scenario. If you were accused of a crime that you didn't commit, and there was no evidence, or there was evidence to be gathered, would you not want the truth to matter in that circumstance?
Yeah.
You would want the truth to matter. So you wouldn't want it to just be this arbitrary thing where, your innocence or guilt could be decided, especially if you were wrongfully accused. You would want that truth to matter.
Yeah, I would. But I'm saying this from a theistic world perspective.
No, sir.
I'm asking from an atheist.
No,
sir.
Nope.
You're seeing it from a human perspective. You give a shit about your life, so do we. That's why the truth matters, period. This is a pointless question, and we don't need to continue on it. And that
to me, that's right. And that is what can be infuriating about such a lazy way of thinking, because when you try to apply that to so many real world issues, which have affected so many people, this is what gets under our skin when you try to propose blanketed stuff like that.
Yep. It is also disgusting to me personally.
Yes, absolutely.
That everybody should care about the truth. And the people who are least likely to care about the truth are the ones that call in and ask a question like that was why should the truth matter to an atheist? Because it's all we've got. We don't have a fiction that can override the truth and make us feel comfortable. We have to deal with reality on reality's terms. We don't get to have some imaginary friend that we can pretend is going to, got our back. We have to make real friends that actually have our back. That's the truth of reality. And what you're not recognizing is that your shitty religion, your immoral religion, your irrational religion, the only reason you're a part of it is because it is providing you a network of like-minded friends to do that heavy lifting for you. So join in and participate and stop making the rest of us do all the fucking work.